Are you in love with your wife? No, me either.
What? These men are admitting and they are saying the silent part loudly for us to hear. And ladies, listen up. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you all doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is a video of the podcast bro. The mics are out again, okay? So this podcast bro, these are grown men, married. Let me take it back. Grown married men for years. One of them even said he has been married for 8 years. So this one of them asked the other one, do you love your wife? And the other one said it with his full chest, I don't love my wife. And the other one said it too, I don't love my wife. I don't even know my wife after 8 years. Ladies, are you hearing? These men are saying it out loud, and this is something we talk about a lot. And a lot of time it's just the idea. And they went on to explain why they don't love their wife and why they think that love is an illusion and all that, and an illusion that has been made for women, for people in relationship to chase. Anyway, guys, let's go hear what this podcast bro has to say, people's response to it, and then we'll come back and talk more. But let me know what you think about what they said down in the comment section.
You can't get off this subject. I gotta ask you a question. Are you in love with your wife?
No.
Me either.
What? I don't believe in that shit anyway. It's okay. It's overrated. Listen.
Then why?
Listen.
Okay.
See.
Y'all need to explain that shit to me then.
I had a feeling. No, I'm not in love with my wife.
Why?
I don't even know her.
What are y'all
7 years.
doing? Why?
This is our 8th. Hold on, we got married in 2016. This is year number 8. September 8th, we'll be married 8 years. No. No. Ruby D and Ozzie Davis, right?
Yeah.
65 years married or something crazy, right?
Yeah.
So when he died, Will and Jada went over there. This is before all the Will and Jada.
Yeah.
They went over there for like some type of talk, counseling talk. She goes, Ruby, who's 80s, 90,
Yeah.
she goes, how long you known that boy? And Jada said, yeah, and Jada said, 20 years. And she goes, you don't know him, honey.
Shit.
Yeah.
All my relationship with my wife is a relationship with myself. I'm just discovering parts of me, bro.
Yeah.
We're lying to ourselves so much to hold up this story or this ideal,
The fantasy.
without, as opposed to just really dealing with what's there and accepting it
Well,
to the best of your ability.
I understand this. Now, how do you get women to understand that?
But
get them to bow out of the fantasy.
you get them to, by you bowing out.
And my wife thinks she's in love with me, probably.
It's a buzzword.
Yeah.
It's a concept that's been propagated that we've adopted and creates an unrealistic expectation that we look for, and when it's not present, we feel something is wrong.
Yeah, we've allowed that to condition ourselves to that concept being a governance.
Can't get off this subject. I gotta ask you a question. Are you in love with your wife? No, me either.
You know how you get so mad that you're calm? That's the emotion I feel right now. There should be no reason why you don't love and or like the person you marry. It just doesn't make sense. Some people can sit up here and be like, oh, love isn't important as long as... No. We're talking about basic human decency. If you don't like and or love the person that you spend a lot of time with, why are you spending time with them? If you don't love the person that you got on the knee for, why would you get on a knee for him? It just doesn't make sense, and it sounds like you're wasting that person's time. Now, if you want to talk about business and you want to talk about commitment and all those different things, you telling me that you committed to a person you don't love? You're telling me that you signed a business agreement with a person that you don't love and trust? Because make it make sense. If they want to put a tariff on anything, put a tariff on these podcast mics, please.
I gotta ask you a question. Are you in love with your wife?
No.
Me either.
What?
I don't believe in that shit anyway. It's
Okay.
It's overrated. Listen.
Then why?
Listen.
Okay.
See.
Y'all need to explain that shit to me then.
I had a feeling. No, I'm not in love with my wife.
Why?
I don't even know her.
What are
7
y'all
years.
doing? Why?
This is our 8th. Hold on, we got married in 2016. This is year number 8. September 8th, we'll be married 8 years. No.
You know we've gone too far as a society, right? We know the podcast game has gone too far. When we have grown men on a podcast discussing and laughing about how they don't even like their wife, they're not in love with their wife. How is that even a topic to talk? Where and at what point does this become the topic though? Where and why? And if you imagine wasting 8 long years of your life, right? You know, you're with somebody, you know, you're doing things with them, y'all are together, y'all are married, just for that person to look dead in the camera in under 2 minutes and express how they really feel about you. Could you imagine that? I just want y'all to just picture it. It's like they're bonding over it. Y'all see what I'm saying? That, to me, that's kind of like the part where it's like, obviously the whole thing is messed up, but that's the part where I'm like, this is really how I know some people really just be getting married for the title and the benefits and nothing else. There's no way. Not even really for the commitment. I really don't. They got it.
I just saw a podcast episode where there are 3 married men on the podcast, and one of them asked the other, "Are you in love with your wife?" And the dude immediately said no. And then the one asking the question says he wasn't either, and they both laughing. This is why people are saying their podcast equipment needs to cost more. Because to get on and laugh about not being in love with your wife is diabolical. I believe what they're saying in this is that they are not necessarily in love, but they are committed to love. And I don't understand why you can't be in love and committed to love. I think I heard the one who did all the laughing and giggling at first said he had been married for 8 years. And let me be clear, the rivers would never flow again if I heard that. Because most of us understand that when people are talking about being in love, they think falling in love, right? It's this newness, it's this freshness. I'm getting to learn you and know you. But you can also still be in love. Even though you're not in the newness phase, like I just met you type phase, that still is a thing. You also can totally be committed to your partner and engage with them. Because to me, the in love part is the part that you work on every single day to maintain. It's the part of the intimacy and the vulnerability and the transparency and the partnership and the friendship. It's the laughing and giggling in the wee hours of the morning. It's the date night and the fixing each other plates. It's the excited when they come home from a long day, from stints where you haven't got to see each other. That's the in love part. So I don't understand when these men is laughing about not being in love with their spouses. May that love never find me in my marriage, and may it never find you in yours.
Amen. We can't get off this subject. I gotta ask you a question. Are you in love with your wife? No, me either. What? I don't believe in that shit anyway. It's okay. It's overrated. No. Listen. The wife. Okay. See? Now you explain that shit to me then. I had a feeling. No, I'm not in love with my wife. What? I don't even know her.
Those men consider themselves good guys. I just know it. I just know it. Imagine being married to that man and coming across him openly, proudly on the internet saying that he's not in love with you after 7 years of being together, that he doesn't love you, and laughing and giggling and thinking it's a tee-hee moment with his boys. I think that one of the worst things that has happened is locker room talk becoming mainstream. Locker room talk, leaving the locker room, men recording themselves, posting on the internet, but it's also been one of the best things because I can say that men say this shit. But then I will have men telling me I'm making it up, I'm over exaggerating, I don't understand what they're saying, I'm just this, I'm just that, I'm a bitter woman. And then there will always be men posting it to the internet for everyone to see. And they will defend themselves and say that they're good men, that they're nice men, that they consider that you just don't understand what they're saying. We understand perfectly well what they're saying, and this is what I have a hard time with. This day and age, loving men is you as a woman waiting until they publicly embarrass you. You loving a man is just counting down the days until your public humiliation. I don't think at this point you would ever catch me openly stating I was dating someone. Like maybe say that I was dating someone. I don't think I'll ever do a hard launch, a soft launch, because I don't trust them to not publicly humiliate me at some point. This is the state of dating. And here's the thing, it's always been this way. It's always been this way. It's just now they have podcast mics. Now, instead of just being publicly embarrassed or, you know, in your circle of friends, your close acquaintances, they're just doing it on the internet.
Do they realize they're being recorded? They do know people can hear them, right?
We can't get off the subject. I gotta ask you a question. Are you in love with your wife?
No.
Neither. What?
I don't believe in that shit anyway. Dog, it's okay. It's overrated. All my relationship with my wife is a relationship with myself.
I agree with these men. Let me explain. Romantic love is nonsense. It is a construct. But where they're getting it wrong is that construct wasn't invented in order to control them. It was invented to control us. Romantic love was invented to convince women to marry poor men. Because it used to be, if you didn't have money or land or a house or something, you couldn't get married because you had to prove you could financially support a wife. And no parents would allow their daughter or want their daughter to marry a man who they thought didn't have the resources to support a family. Marriage was never about love up until like the late 19th century. Romantic love was a construct invented so that women would keep getting married. We're the ones who they're tricking. We're the ones who they want to keep chasing this idea. Because this concept of romantic love, it benefits you. Because we're going into it thinking, I love this person, he loves me, we're partners. Clearly, if I see to his needs and make sure all his needs are met, he's going to make sure all my needs are met, right? No. Because it gives them the advantage of not having to fulfill any of those women's needs, but yet they still get all that labor out of her after they've tricked one of us into marrying them by pretending to be in love with us. And I can explain to you why they're okay with the fact that they're saying this publicly with their whole chest. Because they don't really understand how it works. They think they're cluing other men into the game. Like, how do we convince the women? Basically by stop pretending to love them. They think that's going to make men happier in these marriages. They're giving away the game. I don't know what happened. All these women are leaving. No women want to get married anymore. What's going on? You have told us, you have said out loud on the internet with your full chest that you don't love your wives. Yes, gentlemen, romantic love is an illusion. But you're not the person it was designed to trick. We are. So now you've admitted that this isn't real, that it's just a tool you're using to manipulate us. Okay. You are telling us repeatedly and in a variety of very creative ways just how much you hate us. The only difference now, women are listening.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts. Okay. For me, like, this is something that we've said repeatedly over and over and over again. I've heard a lot of men admitted that most of them, they don't even like their wife, then to even talk about loving their wife. And we've had this conversation where we talked about what marriage, like the institution of marriage, how is it formed and all that. And the idea of love, falling in love, that has made a lot of women put themselves in a compromised situation that does not serve them, but they just have that illusion that one day it will get better and make them to stay and allow these men to treat them poorly, but they will still stay because they are hoping and hoping for a better man to come. Maybe if I care for him more, maybe if I pour more into him, he will be that better man that I want. The truth is that now He has showed you his character. He has showed you who he is. He has showed you how he's going to show up in this relationship, in this partnership. And you ask yourself, is this something you want to deal with? And a lot of time, women usually think that they can change a man. That, oh, once we get married, oh, once we get together, I can change him. I can mold him to what I want. And the truth is that in my society, in my culture, women are being sold this idea that is a woman that molds a man, is a woman that keeps the home, is a woman that makes a man who he wants to be. Let me tell you, it's all a lie. Most of these men, the only reason why they are dealing with us is because of what we bring to the table. It's because of who we are. It's because of the service that comes with us. It's because of the benefit that comes with having a woman. They automatically have a chef, a cook, a mother, a sex person they can have sex with anymore, somebody that cleans up after them, a cleaner. They have a secretary. They have everything all in one person, and we do it with so much thinking that it is our duty for us to care for that man, even though that man does not care or show care or love to us. We think it is our duty that once we show them more love, how much we love them, then we can get a tiny trick of it. And some of these men, they really play this card where that they are really playing the card where to the extent where they will form that, oh, I'm in love with you, I can't live with. What they are in love with is the service, is the benefits that comes with being with you. And it could come in any form and any way. But do you know what we fall in love with as women? We fall in love with the idea of the man. We fall in love with the idea of being together with that person. Not the reality. Why the man is moving in a reality, what he can see, what he can get directly out of this relationship. We women were moving with the fantasy, the dululu of the idea that is not real. And that made us to stay and allow ourselves to be treated poorly. And what I would like it on, and this is something we talk about here on this channel, is that women should be very intentional about who. I'm not saying that love doesn't exist, but it takes a very intentional person to say, you know what, this is what I'm going. And the truth is that it is hard these days. And that's why I've said it a couple of times here on this channel that I don't believe in the institution of marriage. I personally, the way the institution of marriage, the way it is structured, the way it is formed, I don't, especially with the way it's been, love. The truth is that a lot of women, we don't love ourselves. We don't even know ourselves. We don't even know what we want from life. The only thing we know for sure that we want from life is that we want to be loved and beloved and have a man. That's one thing we know for sure. But who we are in person, our essence, what we are, most of us don't. And we don't even love ourselves. So we go out and we keep chasing. We keep chasing these men to love us. We keep chasing this idea of love that at the end of the day, we end up hurting ourselves. And this is why here on this channel, I keep talking about how as women, we should really unpack a lot of our traumas, be on that journey of self-awareness, self-knowing, knowing yourself, so that you can be telling yourself the truth. You can tell yourself how you feel and express yourself better to yourself. And then be very intentional. Ask yourself, what do you really want? How does this situation serve you? How does this relationship serve you? And if it does not serve you to be your higher self, to be a better version of you, there's no need for it. Just come out. And also that idea of we need a relationship, it needs to stop. We don't need it. We might want it, we don't need it. And this is why we keep telling women, do the unpacking. Because one of the ways they are able to control us is because we've not unpacked our trauma. So we're still very clingy to them. We can't just pick up and we're very clingy. That's why this man can live a relationship of 20 years and move on like nothing happened. But we women will hold on to that relationship, hoping and praying that relationship will come back, the relationship will heal, he will be a better person. No. This is why we keep saying, be very intentional about your life. And also another way they control you is money. Another way they keep you in that delulu is money. Because rather than we spending the time to empower, to get that bag, we're spending the time serving and pouring into these men, that at the end of the day, our potential of how we can strive and financially be stable, we put it on the back burner, because what comes first is the family, the man. And then it's put on the back burner. We end up having children because we have to take care of the children. While that man is out there working hours to secure himself financially. And then at the end of the day, we need to be in that relationship. We need to be in that marriage. And then that man is treating us like trash and we're not living anyway. So ladies, these men are saying what? They're saying the quiet part loud. They're saying that we're having a conversation every day, talking about it here and there, women sharing their experience. But it's true that some women are not listening. I have this friend that was telling me how she left her husband, how she's now a single mom. She has two beautiful kids. How she's now a single mom. And then we were talking, I was like, so now you just have to focus on yourself. You're like, yeah, focus on yourself and hopefully find a man that will love me for me. And I was like, what's not clicking? What's not clicking on this lady? What's not clicking? I asked her, like, what's not clicking? That whether you like it or not. The truth is that it's hard. Most of these men are it has nothing to do with love. It has everything to do with what you can do for them. And the fact that you already have two girls most of them are going to judge you, and the only ones that are going to like even look your way will be the ones that know that they can benefit from you, maybe because you have money or something. So, ladies, open your eye when you are dealing with this. I'm not telling anybody not to have relationship, but be very, very intentional about the relationship you are having, why you are having the relationship. If the relationship serves you, and if it's a relationship that you want to be, not that you need to be, if the relationship is what you want to be. Because imagine being with that one for 8 years and he say, I don't love my wife. Yes, it's an illusion. And yeah, they say, oh, I have the butterfly. The butterfly you're feeling on nerves, telling you it's potential you are falling for, not love. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see. And that will be you supporting this channel and this girl. Yeah, so go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.